What's going on, everybody? This is your WOF Outlook and discussion for Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. And before we get into today's video, I hope everyone is doing well, remaining positive, and as always, staying blessed. All right, you guys, it is the summertime, so we always start here at taking a look at the tropics here at your weather on the fly. And as you can see, we are quite busy here. If you look all the way on the far left here, we do have Tropical Depression 4 across the Eastern Pacific. It's limping its way on off towards the west, and it's barely making it, you guys. The Eastern Pacific has just been not that favorable this year. We do have Don still up here across parts of the central Atlantic. Subtropical Atlantic should continue to move north and on out to sea in cooler waters. And we do have our new Invest 95L that's going to be affecting parts of the Windward and Leeward Islands. And then as it gets into the Caribbean, we have to see how well it holds up against this shear that it will be encountering. So if you guys haven't done so already, consider subscribing here at your Weather on the Fly. So you and the YouTube nation can stay up to date and weather aware as the National Hurricane Center comes out with the advisories for these tropical systems, and the Storm Prediction Center comes out with the severe weather watches and severe weather potentials. I have them posted right here for you guys here at your Weather on the Fly in nice graphical animational form so you all could stay up to date and weather aware. Now, back at the tropics, real quick, you guys, we're going to zoom in a little closer here at Invest 95L, and you can see there's still a lot of dry air around, but it's in a little pocket of moisture in its own self, but it's still the thunderstorms are still fairly disorganized, you guys. So these thunderstorms will have to organize a little bit more around this center in order for this to go on ahead and develop into a tropical depression. As you guys can see, the forecast models mainly they are in agreement that this system is going to come in somewhere between the southern along the southern side of the Lesser Antilles, you guys. So we'll definitely be on the lookout. That'll be around the Windward Islands, you guys, more like on the windward side. And as I said, as this continues to come in to the Caribbean, the shear will pick up. So how does this system hold up against this shear? It remains to be seen, you guys. That's why I said if you haven't done so, consider subscribing. I constantly have updates for you guys on the tropics throughout the day, every day. Now, as we move on up to Don, you guys, here Don still struggling. Well, Don, I'm not going to say struggling because Don is basically, he has dry air as well around him that's been getting into his core every now and then. But yet, just like Invest 95L, Don has a pocket of moisture around him that is fairly keeping him steady with a slight strengthening as we continue to move on throughout these days. As I believe Don is now a 65-mile-per-hour tropical storm. And as you can see, you guys, Don did a whole loop de loop here. It's basically, it has completed that loop. As you can see, it started way out here, came east, went south, went north, and went on back down to the east, and came and looped right on back west here, you guys, and is now still up here in the central subtropical Atlantic, just playing around, you guys. But he should continue on up and out to sea and meet his demise, you guys. And as we could quickly go on to TD4 here across the Eastern Pacific, Hawaii is right here. This system will not make it, you guys. So do not have to cancel any vacation plans in Hawaii as this system will be dying out real soon. And it's not more than likely will not make it to tropical storm status, you guys. Now, as we head on into the lower 48, you can see we do have some severe weather here for the lower Mississippi Valley, Gulf Coast, and also here across parts of Kansas and extreme southern central Nebraska here, you guys. As we do have, if we're looking at the water vapor imagery, you can see we do have a stationary boundary here. Let me go to the surface plot, you guys. Let me put these surface plots on real quick. And here we go, you guys. As I said, we do have a stationary boundary right here along the Gulf Coast and lower Mississippi Valley. And this stationary front is going to be the catalyst that's going to spark up these severe storms, especially as daytime heating starts to occur as we head later on into the day. And we also have this northwest flow around this ridge of high pressure that we have over the western United States. and this northwest flow disturbances come out of them, and that's going to be the catalyst that's going to cause this severe weather across parts of Kansas and Nebraska, you guys. So now as we take the surface plots off and get into the convective outlook, all right, take that off, you guys. All right, let me get the temperatures off. Up, one more thing, lightning. All right, you guys, here we go. Hold on, let me get one more thing. Let's take these tropicals because we have models coming all into the United States, you guys. All right, here we go. And as you can see, we have the slight risk from Louisiana eastward across the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Ocean Springs, Mobile, Pensacola, on towards southern Georgia, Jacksonville, Florida area. We'll be on the lookout for some severe weather today, and also up across the plains here, you guys, Nebraska, Kansas. The marginal risk go all the way up into Minnesota, you guys. Minneapolis has a chance of seeing a marginal risk of severe weather today, and even here across parts of the desert Southwest here in southern Arizona has a chance of seeing a strong thunderstorm or two. Right, you guys, let's see what these storms will be up to. As of right now, we have no percentage for tornadoes, but always be on the lookout for an isolated one because the threat never is zero. It's just less than 2%. So that means there is a percentage. So we will be on the lookout. Hail. We do have a 15% chance of hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter here up across parts of the Central Plains, Kansas, getting into parts of Nebraska. A 5% encompasses the outer edge of that. And even here along the lower Mississippi Valley, Gulf Coast, in the southeast, we do have a 5% chance of that hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter. And as far as the wind probability across the slight risk area, those winds pushing 50 to 60, gusting to 70 miles per hour will be a possibility here along the Louisiana Gulf Coast, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, and Georgia, and as well here across parts of Kansas. No significant tornadoes. That is good news. We do have a significant hatched area for hail across western Kansas. We'll definitely be on the lookout for that hail, pushing 2 to 3 inches in diameter, and no significant wind. So that is all good news, you guys. Now, as we take a look at the HRRR to see just how these storms are going to continue to materialize throughout the next 48 hours or 2 days, however you would like to look at it, you guys. Here we start at about the noon time here at your Weather on the Fly. And let's see what these storms are going to be up to, you guys. As we get this to load here. All right, you guys, hold on. Having a little issues. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, as we get to about the noon hour, not much going on the map because the daytime heating is just really starting to get going. So we may have some isolated showers starting to develop across parts of south central Mississippi, Alabama here, and even the Florida Panhandle. You guys can see these scattered showers and thunderstorms starting to develop here in intensity and in coverage as we head on towards the afternoon. We go to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, heading towards the evening hours. You guys, let's see how this, all right, look at how these storms are starting to increase in coverage and intensity here from Louisiana all the way across to Jacksonville, Florida. And hazards will be the hail and damaging winds will be our main hazards here across the Gulf Coast. And look here, even across the Florida Peninsula, all the way down to the Miami area, could see some heavy showers and thunderstorms, you guys. Nothing yet is going on here around parts of Kansas and Nebraska. Some showers are starting to litter themselves here across parts of the desert Southwest as we get into the late afternoon, you guys. And as we start to get into the evening hours around 9 o'clock, let's check out and see, you guys. Look here across parts of southern Louisiana, the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Showers and thunderstorms will be ongoing here for your evening hours. We'll definitely have to be on the lookout, even for some heavy rainfall with these storms, you guys, even across parts of southern Alabama, getting into southern Georgia, on up into the Carolinas, to have some isolated showers and strong thunderstorms with this. Here across parts of Kansas, you can see we have one little lone cell possibly here across central Kansas starting to develop around the evening hours. And look at the showers, all even as far north as Wisconsin here for around your 9 p.m. time frame to see some showers. As we move on to convective outlook day 2, which I didn't see too much going on here across parts of the Kansas area, you guys, but we will definitely keep a lookout for that as we head on in to the evening hours and overnight. Now, as we head on to convective outlook day 2, which would be for you guys Sunday, you can see here the Storm Prediction Center only has a marginal risk of severe weather across parts of southern Arizona. Everywhere else is just under a general thunderstorm risk, which I'm sure this will more than likely change, you guys, as we continue to head on throughout today and into tomorrow as the models continue to change. I'm sure this will also change, you guys. So don't let this little bitty marginal risk fool you. But other than that, with the general thunderstorm risk here, let's go ahead and check out the probabilities. No tornadoes expected, no hail expected, just a 5% chance of a possibility of those winds pushing 50 to 60, gusting to 70 here across southern Arizona. Other than that, it's just as of right now, you guys, just regular thunderstorms. But as I said, that's probably more than likely going to change. As we get to your 7 a.m. on Sunday, look here across parts of southern Louisiana, the New Orleans area, southeast Louisiana, heading into the central Florida panhandle. Look at these heavy showers and thunderstorms that's going to be ongoing for your Sunday morning, you guys. So we'll definitely be on the lookout for some heavy rain. As we head on to about the noon hour for you guys Sunday, let's take a look here. As it loads, you can see, look at the showers across the with that boundary here across the Gulf Coast. Most of the showers do move offshore into the northern Gulf of Mexico as we head through the noon hour for you Sunday, you guys. But look here across parts of southern Georgia and even around the Tampa Bay area, you guys. We'll have some isolated showers and maybe a strong thunderstorm or two, you guys, as we head towards your Sunday afternoon. We go to about 5 o'clock heading into the evening. Right, let's see here. You can see, look here around the in Arizona, southern Arizona, you guys could be starting to have some showers and thunderstorms pop up. Gusty winds will be the main primary hazard with those storms. Look here across the southern Texas, southern and southeast Texas, the Houston area could have some showers and thunderstorms as we head into your Sunday afternoon going into the evening hours. More showers may start to develop here across parts of southeast Louisiana, the Mississippi Gulf Coast, extending on into southern Georgia. Look at coastal Georgia and South Carolina, extending on into North Carolina. These heavy cells will definitely be on the lookout for some gusty winds, maybe even some isolated hail within those storms as well, you guys. We head into the evening hours about 9, 10 o'clock. Is everybody winding down and going to sleep? You can see here the showers and thunderstorms are also going to start to wind down, you guys. May have some leftover showers here across coastal Louisiana, the Florida Panhandle, and up across coastal Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. We have a few showers here across parts of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, on up into the Great Lakes, you guys. But other than that, as the day starts to wind down on your Sunday, the atmosphere as well is going to start to wind down, you guys. And as we head to convective outlook day 3, which will be for you guys Monday, and as you can see here, there's only a marginal risk here up across parts of southern central Minnesota, western Wisconsin, northwest Illinois, and just about much of Iowa, you guys. So looks like severe weather is just going to be keep on giving itself. The season that keeps on giving, you guys, is going to keep on going as the days progress. So if you haven't done so already, as before, be sure to subscribe here at your Weather on the Fly. I have the updates for you guys in nice graphical animational form so everyone can stay up to date and weather aware. And as we take the HRRR off here, since we didn't gone out our 2 days as far as we can go, and we're going to take the convective outlook off, and we're going to go to the excessive rainfall outlook, you guys. As you can see here, not much, just a marginal risk here for excessive rainfall across parts of Arizona, New Mexico, getting into the Texas Panhandle, and even into parts of Oklahoma's Panhandle and Kansas, you guys. Going to look out for some heavy rain here across the Gulf Coast with this stalled out front, and also around the Miami area and coastal North Carolina could see some chance for some flooding, you guys. As we go to day 2, you can see around the Arizona area, yet again, the southwest area of the United States could see some possible flooding. And yet again, from the New Orleans area on up into the Carolinas and Virginia, could have a chance of excessive rainfall for Sunday, you guys. And as we head into your Monday for excessive rainfall, you can see that shifts yet again across parts of the desert southwest, getting into even parts of Utah, you guys that have some excessive rain could be on the lookout for a marginal risk of excessive rainfall. Here up again across parts of the Midwest, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, just to the west of Chicago, going to be on the lookout for some of that heavy rain. And look, even up across the mid-Atlantic, getting into parts of the Northeast, we have a marginal risk. And even across parts of the Florida Peninsula and Panhandle around the Jacksonville area. And you guys, we could bring up the heat because we already know it's summertime, and as you can see, here's the CPC outlook for the next 6 to 10 days, and look at this big heat dome and heat ridge that we have. This big area of heat above average temperatures that we're going to have across much of the United States, which is why I really don't too much cover temperatures, you guys, especially in the summertime, because it's basically status quo. It's going to be hot. So as you can see here, the next 6 to 10 days, no different. The majority of the country is going to be above average when it comes to temperatures. And as we go to the 8 to 14 day outlook, the same, no different. The majority of the country will be above average when it comes to your temperatures, except across parts of the Northeast, New England area, and extreme upper Great Lakes. You might see cooler than average temperatures, but I mean, it's the summertime. It ain't going to be that much cooler. Still going to be considered warm and hot for you guys up there. So that's going to be it for this video, you guys. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe here at your Weather on the Fly so we can get your Weather on the Fly on the map here on YouTube. Everyone be safe, be careful in this severe weather and heavy rains and flooding, and I will talk to you all in the next one.